friends, and welcome back to another yoga flow with me, Julie. I'll be your yoga teacher for the day. And today's flow is going to be a power flow. We are going to build up some heat and some strength in the body. We are going to work through some energy, and then we are going to release it and chill out. As always, if I am in any posture, let's say I'm in a warrior two, and this is just not feeling good in your body, feel free to dip into child's pose whenever you want. I will be giving modifications throughout the practice to make sure we are having a safe and healthy practice for all, but always do what's best in your body. Feel into what's going on and what your body is telling you, and if it's talking to you. So with that being said, let's get started. We're going to start right into child's pose to arrive in our practice today. So bringing the big toes together, knees as wide as the mat, and we're going to bring big toes together, knees as wide as the mat, melting that forehead down, arms out long. Starting to connect with the inhales and exhales of air through your nostrils. Setting your intention for your practice today and why you chose to show up to your mat. As we start to walk those hands on over to the right side, feeling the opening in the left side body. Starting to deepen the breath into the belly here. Walking hands back to center and on over to the left side, feeling the opening in the right side body. And walking hands back to center. Coming up onto all fours, palms and knees, as we start to wake up the spine today. As we inhale, heart lifts for cow, and exhale, round the spine for cat. Inhale, heart lifts, and exhale, round the spine. And inhale, heart lifts, and exhale, round the spine. Coming back into a tabletop, grounding down through all fours and spreading through the fingers, tucking under the back toes as we inhale. And exhale, hovering those knees off the mat. And lowering down, reconnecting to the breath. As we inhale and exhale, hover. And lowering down, inhale and exhale. Out the mouth. 2 more deep cleansing breaths as we inhale for 4 seconds through the nostrils and exhale out the mouth. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, hover. Grounding down through the left foot, bringing that right foot off the mat. And release, grounding down through right foot, bringing that left foot off the mat. Both feet down and hold for one more breath. Inhale. And exhale, release down. Good job, guys. Just giving your wrists a little bit of love after that. Doing whatever feels right for you. Maybe shaking them out, putting a little pressure on them from front, side to side. Shaking them out a little bit. Giving your wrists what they need before we go into our first downward facing dog of the practice today. Spreading through the fingers, grounding down through the palms, tucking under the toes, and flying back for your first downward facing dog of the practice today. Taking any organic movements you need here to allow for a safe and healthy practice, whether that's a pedal out, a shake, or a nod of the head. Coming up onto the ball of the toes and releasing back down, maybe a deep bend in the knees. Taking what you need and all coming to find stillness together. Engaging that breath of air through the nostrils as we inhale and exhale through the nostrils. As we inhale, snaking the spine over into a high plank, lowering down through a chaturanga, bringing those elbows into low ribs as we lower down, hovering and swooping up into an upward facing dog or cobra. Untucking the toes here. Elbows can either be straight or slightly bent. And as we move into down dog, tucking under the toes and flying back. Exhale. 2 more times for this flow as we start to warm up. Inhale, snake the spine over to a high plank. Lowering down, inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, snaking the spine over, again, gluing those elbows into low ribs, coming up into the toes, looking to the top of your mat as we lower down and scoop up for an upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tucking under the toes and a downward facing dog. Taking a deep bend to the knees here. Coming into our first 3-leg dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, stepping it through to a warrior 1. Inhale those arms up. Relaxing the shoulders at the top, tightening through the core. Tailbone reaches down. Back foot's at a 45-degree angle, staying strong through the front leg. Making sure this front knee doesn't fall over your toe. Opening up to a warrior 2. Legs stay the same, just have a gentle external rotation in the thighs. Looking over that front middle finger, relaxing through the shoulders, tightening through the core. As we windmill those arms over, framing the foot, stepping back into a high plank, gently lowering down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Reconnecting to the breath. Inhale, left leg lifts and points. And exhale, stepping it through those hands. Back foot at a 45-degree angle as those arms rise up into warrior 1. Feel the strength of this pose through the center of your body, through your spine. Opening up to a warrior two. Feeling that external rotation, that opening in the thighs. Windmilling those arms over, framing the foot, stepping back into a high plank and lowering through a flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts, right leg lifts rather. Stepping it through, opening up, warrior one. And warrior two. Reaching forward and back for a peaceful warrior. Left leg wraps around your low back. Feeling the strength through this front knee. Opening back up to a warrior two. And opening to a side angle. Left palm reaches to the front of your mat for an extended side angle. And left palm plants, opening up that right arm to the sky, swiveling that back heel off the mat. Framing the foot, stepping back into a high plank. And hold. 5 pulses here. 5, 4, rocks back and forth. 3, 2, and 1. Hold. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale, lowering down through a flow. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Stepping it through the hands, opening up to a warrior one. Right leg, right foot. Back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Feeling the strength through the core, the lengthening of the spine. Opening up to a warrior two. Keeping this front knee nice and bent, making sure the knee doesn't fall over the toe. As we reach forward and back for a peaceful warrior, right hand wraps around the low back, gazing to the top of the left fingers. Opening back up into a warrior two, and up into a side angle. Left elbow comes to left knee, keeping the strength in the left knee. And extending that right palm to the front of your mat for an extended side angle. Planting that right palm down, opening up the left arm, swiveling that back heel off the mat. For an extended reversed side angle. Framing the foot, stepping back into a high plank, and we're going to do another 10 pulses forward and back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. Feel a strength in the shoulders, a strength in the core as we lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, tucking under the toes, downward facing dog. A deep bend in the knees here. As we feel that opening in the back body. Bringing the feet in a few steps, lowering down through a dolphin. Coming up into 10 dolphin push-ups. If this is not available for you today, just stay in dolphin, or please come down to a wide leg child's pose. For the rest of us, we're going to do 10 dolphin push-ups. We're almost done, guys. One big push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming into a turbo dog or push back to a down dog. Hold in this turbo dog if you're here. And pushing back to a downward facing dog. Looking to the top of the mat, step or jump forward. And we are going to chill it out now. Coming into a seated forward fold as we inhale those arms up. Exhale, spine long. And forward fold. Instead of bringing your forehead to your knees and rounding, feel like you're always reaching forward. Focusing right now on the integrity and the length of your spine as our top priority. Feel this opening in your hamstrings. Rising back up, bringing the right foot planted and the right knee in, having this right hand to the back of you as we inhale and exhale. Left elbow comes to right knee, gentle spinal twist. Don't rely on this hand and your back to do all the pulling for you. Really feel like you are pulling your chest and your core with your own weight. As you inhale, create space. And exhale, go a little bit deeper in this pose. Shifting your gaze more and more to the right with each breath. Coming back, switching sides, bring that left foot in as we inhale, right arm lifts, and exhale, bringing right elbow to left knee. Not collapsing and letting this right leg just kind of hang, making sure you're flexing through that foot and keeping that leg engaged. Inhale, create space. And exhale, go a little bit deeper here. This is a great pose for digestion in the morning. Unraveling now, bringing both legs down long. Bringing your bottom forward, feet go flat, arms out long, and slowly lowering all the way down to the mat. Good job, guys. Window wiping those knees side to side. And hugging both knees, chin to chest, forehead to knees. Finding a little bit of movement here if it feels good for you in your body today. And grabbing the inside of your feet or outside if that feels best. I have a wall here, so don't mind me if I'm slightly tilted towards the left. Into happy baby. I always like to find just a little bit of rocking from side to side, a little bit of movement in my happy baby, but feel free to do what feels good in your body and relish in this nice hip opener. All coming to find stillness. Bringing those knees to hug in again, chin to chest, forehead to knees. Squeeze. And release, legs out long, arms come out long, palms facing the ceiling. Coming into Shavasana, our final pose of our practice today, our short and sweet power flow. Coming back to the intention we set at the beginning of our yoga flow today. What is that reason you came to your mat today? Was it relaxation? Was it to get rid of anxious, unwanted energy? Was it to simply build up heat and power and just kind of sweat it out and let your body do the talking instead of your mind? Did you achieve that intention? Just showing up to your mat today. Allowing your body to be on your mat and arrive in this flow is a win. A win in anyone's book. So you guys are all achieved. You have achieved that intention. How is the breath? Notice how it feels in your body right now. Is it deep? Is it shallow? Is it fast still? Or is it starting to slow down? As we end our practice today, I'm just going to lead you in 3 last deep cleansing breaths. We're going to inhale for 4 seconds through our nose and exhale everything, all the air in your lungs, out through your mouth. Let's just take 1 breath together before we begin. Inhale and exhale. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale all your air out your mouth. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. Last time, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale all your air out. Feel free to stay here as long as you want or as long as you can today. I'm going to leave you here as I do some spinal rolls to make it on up to you. Thank you guys so much for flowing with me today. It was an honor leading you through this power flow. And namaste.